Hey YouTubers, Steven here. Okay, today I just finished making a batch of my hard cider. I'll put a link here to the original video. And I got several cans left over. I've been wanting to do a holiday cider for a while now, but I figured, you know what, it's no good to do a holiday cider before summer. Holiday cider is supposed to be around Christmas time, so here we are, you know, it's October 2nd today. So I figured I'm going to do a 1 gallon batch, and my advice to anyone who homebrews or you want to try it and try some different things, get one of these 1 gallon guzzler jugs. This is only $5. You make a 1 gallon batch. If you don't like it, it's only a gallon that you're chucking. And versus, you know, if you have a whole 5 gallons or 60 bottles, and you don't like it, that's an awful lot of work. At least this way, if I bottle it in quart bottles, if I like it, great. If I don't, oh well, dump it out. It's only a gallon. So let me move the camera and I'll show you how I'm going to do it according to the recipe I found online. Alright, so I've got I re-washed my pot and sanitized it again. I'm going to have a drink of coffee here. It is Sunday afternoon and I should be drinking beer if I'm making beer of some sort, but the wife's out and I have to go out and get her, and I simply don't drink and drive. Even if it's one beer, I don't drink and drive. So, I started out, we're going to open up some apple juice. Even though I'm making a 1 gallon batch, I'm just going to pour 3 cans in my pot. Each can is a liter. So bear with me here. I can tell you, when you're making hard cider and you're going to the grocery store buying this much apple juice, they certainly look at you real funny. And then usually, if you get asked, it's like, wow, you really like apple juice? It's like, well, actually it's for hard cider, and people start asking questions. Trying to get more people into home brewing, because this is so easy, so fun, so rewarding, especially when you make something good. So I'm just going to put my stove on a medium heat, because I just want to warm the apple juice up. Now the recipe that I found calls for calls for 1.5 teaspoons of nutmeg. So that's my 1. There's my half. And 1.5 ground cinnamon. So there's my half. And my 1 teaspoon ground cinnamon, nutmeg, and 1.5 ground nutmeg, and 1 cup of brown sugar. Now the brown sugar is typically what I put in with my hard cider anyways. Now the recipe I did see actually called for 2 cups. I simply don't want my cider to be that strong, because 2 cups will actually give me an alcohol content of probably around 10 or 11%. And I simply don't want something that strong. First batch of hard cider I ever made, you know, I did make it strong. And, well, quite frankly, the alcohol bite was a little too much. So, 1 cup of brown sugar in with the pile, and then we're just going to stir all this in. Wow, does the cinnamon ever smell good? And then as this apple juice warms up, everything will be able to dissolve a little better in it. Oh, this smells amazing. Wow. All right. So let's get this off the heat. As you can see, I can put my hand on the pot. It's warm, very warm, but not enough that I'm just pulling my hands away. And that's what you want. You don't want the pot really, really hot. And I wouldn't suggest you just grab a hold of your pot and put your hands on it, because if it is too hot, you're not going to be making any more of this. You're going to be going to the hospital. So let me move the camera around and let's get it in the guzzler jug. Okay, so I've got my guzzler jug, I've got my big funnel, and I have a strainer. All of these have been sanitized. The reason I'm putting the strainer in here is just in case there's some floatables in the pot. You know, the nutmeg doesn't always dissolve all the way, and I really don't want it floating around in the pot. So hopefully with some careful balance, just didn't want to knock my strainer or my funnel over. Alright, there we go. Now it all looks pretty yucky, cloudy right now. Well, that should clear out as it all settles. And we're pretty much to the end of what's there, so I'll do this as a quick transfer. There we go. As you can see, there's some floatables in there, the nutmeg and what have you, so I'll get rid of that. And judging by how full this is, I don't think this is going to take a full liter. Mind you, a gallon is slightly less than liter. Alright. I have another funnel over here that's been sanitized actually. I have a big bucket of Star San over here. And we'll stick that in there, and let's just top it up with some apple juice here. There we go. That should be just about 1 gallon. So, what we're going to do next, I'm going to let this cool down to room temperature, and then I'm going to just pitch Cooper's Ale yeast, same as I use in my hard cider, and then I'll put the airlock on it, and we'll put it down in my my brewing room. And we'll let this ferment out, and we'll see how this turns out. So, stay tuned. Alright. Okay, so, listen. Holiday cider, it's been bottled. It's been aged for probably about a month now. Jake from Jake and Dar, we just finished our beer review on the Pumpkin Pale Ale, and I'll put a link in here somewhere. We're all around, who knows. But let's try this holiday cider while he's here. We're just gonna split it. Ooh, we got the pop.
Try the holiday cider, eh?
Pop. Holiday cider, yeah. It's basically like the hard cider, but it's got the spices and everything in it.
Oh, nice.
So
that should be interesting.
We'll just pour up a little bit here for Jake to try, and I'm gonna pour a little bit for myself.
The big glasses. Wow, that looks neat.
Alright, well. Smells like hard cider, kind of that you know, sour, appley smell. I don't really smell any spices with it. It could be my nose where I just get over the cold too.
Yeah. Yeah. Smell a little bit of the apple in there. Like, hard to pick out that scent, eh?
Yeah.
What spices did you use?
There's nutmeg and cinnamon and gee, it's been so long since I watched the video. Everyone watching will already know what spices I put in it because they just finished watching it a minute ago. But that was over a month ago that I made this, so I was gonna let it age to Christmas, but I figure I'm gonna give it a try now. So
I'm trying to figure out what I can smell in there, but
cheers. Well, it might be a hint of cinnamon in there too.
Yeah, just kind of apple and a little bit of spice. Go right to the taste.
Interesting.
Whoa.
That is interesting.
That's got a lot of flavor.
Yeah, it does. It's, I hate to say it, but
Wow.
it actually tastes a lot better than the hard cider.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe that.
Wow. You'd never know that you were drinking hard cider.
Very well carbonated. It's got a little bit of sourness.
A little bit of sourness, but
Just a slight sourness, not strong.
yeah, the cinnamon and the nutmeg in it. Wow. That's
Yeah, oh, I can taste that. That's the spices. I think probably more the nutmeg.
yeah.
A little bit more nutmeg than cinnamon coming out there.
But
Actually, it's really good.
yeah, that's not at all what I was expecting.
It turned out actually quite nice.
Yeah.
And very flavorful.
Wow.
Just bursting with flavor.
That would almost be good just as a hard cider all year round. The recipe that I used was holiday cider, you know, make you feel a little warm and fuzzy inside, but
Warm and fuzzy, yeah.
well, I'm definitely feeling warm and fuzzy, but I don't think it has anything to do with the spices.
Wow, that's awesome.
But
You didn't get much of a header and lacing, but you don't really get it with that anyways.
no, not with the hard ciders you don't, but wow, I highly recommend you guys make a batch of this at home. I think my 1 gallon experimental batch paid off, and well, you're watching this review, so that means I posted the video, so that means that this is actually really good, and I'd like to see you try it. But
yeah. Very
it's
good.
nice and clear too.
Oh, it is, yeah.
I mean, there's a little chill haze in it, but I mean that might have to do with the fact I had it in the freezer for the last hour and a half.
Very nice.
Really wasn't planning on doing the review on this tonight, but you know what? If you're gonna make it for Christmas, you may as well see the video now, right?
Yeah. Friggin' right.
But I might actually make this for the summertime.
I've got no problem with that. It's very nice.
It's good.
It's got a, yeah, it's got a pretty good balance of apple and just like a kind of like that slight, very slight apples, like that sour apple type of, but not strong at all. Like it's just way in the background.
Yeah.
But it's nice. It's just bursting with flavors. I would definitely make something like that.
I'm very impressed.
And you were kind of thinking, oh, I don't know how it's going to turn out.
I didn't know how it was going to turn out at all.
That's wicked.
I had never tried it, especially where we made the pumpkin pale ale. We only used, what was it, a teaspoon?
Yeah.
A teaspoon of cinnamon. This, I believe, was 2 teaspoons of a cinnamon, and I think it was a teaspoon of nutmeg. So I mean, the spices that I put in 1 gallon of this was a lot more than when we put in the 5 gallons. So that started making me kind of iffy. It's like, how powerful are these spices going to be? But I think that's probably what eliminates the sourness from the apple.
Yeah, and even in the aftertaste, like it just goes over the sourness. Just any little bit of sourness goes away, and you're kind of left with a little bit of apple in the aftertaste.
Yeah.
And a slight cinnamon or a nutmeg.
Well, that gives me another idea for maybe another experimental batch. Maybe try and figure out, is it the nutmeg that's taking away the sourness, or is it the cinnamon?
That's definitely the nutmeg I taste more than anything else.
Yeah, so maybe I should.
As far as the spices, you only use the 2 spices in there?
Nutmeg
Nutmeg and cinnamon?
Again, I can't remember. It's been so long since I made it, but...
But you'll come up with the recipe and probably post it under the video, eh?
Well, I mean,
yeah.
the video is going to be on... This taste review is going to be at the end of the Holiday Cider make.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, that's why I'm finding it funny, and I'm sure the viewers are going to find it funny right now, because they're watching me how to make it, and then all of a sudden, think! Yeah. Here, a month and a half later, we're trying it, and I can't remember the spices that I put into it, but that's why, you know, you can't instantaneously make something and then, you want some more? Put some more in there. I did kind of shake it up a little bit.
Well, that's alright.
But, well, I'm going to cap it then.
Cap her and put her back in the fridge.
It's the great
but
thing
it's good,
about
yeah.
These flip-top bottles. If you only want a little, pour a little, cap it, and it's good for later. But
yeah, is that the 1 liter one?
No, no, that's
750.
The brown ones I think are 500. The green Grosh I think are 450.
I was gonna say that's a little too small to be a 1 liter.
Yeah, and it's not quite a quart.
It could be the 650 one or something like that.
I forget when I tried to remember all the labels that were on these when I washed them. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm quite impressed with this. So yeah, thanks for watching, folks, and I hope you get a chuckle out of my lack of memory, but again, it was at least a month and a half ago when I made this. But wow, I think I might make a 5-gallon batch of that, because this would be pretty nice in the wintertime. It beautiful flavor.
Yeah, and we forgot to do the Craig tube thing.
Cheers to you, Craig.
Yeah. Cheers to you guys. Cheers. Cheers, everyone.
Alright, so thanks for watching, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. It's free, and if you haven't subscribed to Jake's channel, please do. It's Jake and Dar, and we'll have links posted on the video to Jake's channel. And until next time, keep your mugs full. Unfortunately, Jake's is empty, but
yeah, keep your glasses and your mugs full.
Thanks for watching, everybody.